Okay, welcome back to another video. Thanks for joining me once again. This video, we'll just be jumping straight into it. We'll be designing a new office building. It's probably the biggest building we built so far and probably will be the biggest one for a while. Design I went with was pretty thin, long building, paralleling this little pond we have. And the first floor I made it a bit smaller, surrounded by columns. And then for the second floors and the floors above that, it will be supported on those columns. So we end up going with making it actually 5 stories tall. So the first floor is mainly reception and stuff, and the 3 floors above that will be office space, mainly dedicated for development-oriented teams. Probably gonna move the core team and other teams like audio and 3D over from the old office into this new one, and then just keep the old office there for like service teams. But yeah, I have 3 floors of office, and then the last floor above that, I was smart enough to plan out this time to have some mechanical and utility space. In the previous offices we built, I never remembered to do that, and then I ended up having dedicated a lot of space, rooftop AC and stuff that I wanted to use for other stuff. So this time I thought ahead about that. But yeah, I just want to apologize in advance. This video, or at least the build itself, took like about 4 hours, which is a pretty long time. So just to have the time lapse be a reasonable speed, I sped it up about 20 times the speed, which was much faster than my normal time lapses. But it has the side effect that when I pan my camera around a bit, at 20 times the speed, it looks like I'm whipping around my camera super violently, and it's not the intention I was going for, so apologize in advance for that. But as you can see now, we're working on the layout. Right now, the floor we're doing is what I was planning for being an executive space, so one side will be for our founders and a meeting room, and the other side, I built the walls, but I didn't furnish it, and I'll leave that space open the future when we want to have project managers for automation. But now we're working on one of our development floors offices. So the side I'm working on now is more intended for our core team. I'm probably going to move them over here, and then eventually I'll also move all the other teams like 3D and audio to this building, and just leave the old building primarily for service oriented teams. But yeah, and then on the other side of the office, I'm building a new set of offices which I'm planning to use for a new team that we'll probably create next episode, which will be, games. So I have a couple offices for them, and then for the floor below, I end up leaving it blank for now, just because the video been going for, or at least the build had been going for about 4 hours, and we do not yet need the office space. So I figured that'd probably be a next episode team when we start adding even more teams to this office. So and I think I'll use this moment to give a little channel update. So as I release each video, there's 2 primary goals I try to improve on each time. The first one being the average watch time, just because I feel like that's a good reflection on the quality of the video, which it has been improving video to video. But the other thing I'm trying to improve on is the overall sub count, which, while it's not something I hound over, I do feel like it's a good measurement for the overall growth of the channel. And when I started back in October, I set the goal to get 10 subs by the end of the year, which we did. We got 10 subs exactly. So at the start of this year, I set the goal to get 100 subs by this year. And as of today, the 29th, we're already at about 40 subs, which is a lot more than I expected to have at this point. In about a third of the time, we've gotten 3 times as many subs, which is a pretty big thing. So I just want to say thank you guys for that. I've enjoyed making these videos so far. Hopefully you've enjoyed watching them. But yeah, I just want to share my appreciation. Thank you guys. So other than that, I'll let the time lapse get on, and I'll see you guys in another minute or two. Okay, welcome back. We have at last finished our new office, so there it is in all its glory. It took quite a while, but we are at last done, so I'll go and give you a little tour. We'll start from the top. So up here it's mainly just a mechanical area. We have like our air unit, some batteries, boilers, stuff like that, but we also have some space for expansion. So if we want to put some servers or something up here, we can do that. And then the floor below, we have our executive floor. So we have our founders' offices here, we have our executive little boardroom, stuff like that. And then we also have a reception area in the middle, and then on this side, I'm leaving this empty for later when we start doing project management. Our team leads can have these little private offices over here for that. So once we get an automation, we'll furnish these out, but for now I just left it blank. And then go down a floor, we have our new core team's office. So I moved them from the old office over here. So now we have where most of our members work here. We have whoever the guy who's the lead designer on antivirus, Maxwell Pina, his office is there. A little meeting room, lounge, all that. And then a little restroom there, and then over here is a new set of offices for a team we'll probably create next episode, which is going to be, gaming and stuff. So split into 3 areas. This area is for our designers will be here, artists over here, and then programmers here. And then we have 2 private offices, one for like a team lead, and then another for a lead designer if we end up getting one. And then we also have a little lounge and meeting room for them as well. And as I mentioned in the time lapse, I left this floor blank just in case we have some room for expansion. We'll probably end up fleshing this out either next episode or the episode after that once we start getting some new teams in here. Still need to move our audio and 3D teams over here, just because I'm planning on using the old building for strictly like service oriented things. Might end up creating like a marketing team and move them into our old core team office. Perhaps do that next episode or something. But yeah. And then down here, lastly, we have what is mainly a reception area. So we have a little security desk, which, speaking of, we should probably hire some security guards. So we'll hire 3 of them while I remember it. Have one work from 0 to 8, 8 to 16, and then 16 to 0. Also hire another cleaner as well. There we go. Got that done, and then we have an extra meeting room here for any team to use, and an extra lounge as well. So that's the building. We'll say it took quite a while, but I'm pretty pleased on how it turned out. Yeah, but other than that, I feel like this is a good place to end it. Well, it'll probably be a bit shorter of a video. The build itself took like 4 or 5 hours, so I feel like it's a good place to end it here. But other than that, thank you guys for joining me once again. I do appreciate you tuning in. If you have any feedback, of course, I'd love to hear it. But other than that, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next video.